Good afternoon, it's Saturday, just gone 12 o'clock, midday. Well, we've done the single colour and the two colour tone sketches, just to see how far we can go by just using such a limited range, or non-range. So I thought I'd do a similar Lakeland Scottish Loch type scene again, but just using three colours this time. Now when you use three colours you can choose three primaries, so I've got a yellow, which is the raw sienna, I've got the light red and ultramarine. I've squeezed the paint straight from the tube so that I've got wet paint when I need it. So now we're not using grey or burnt umber, or alizarin. We've got to make our dark cloud colours with the three primaries. So I'm going to wet the paper all over, as usual. I'm using these cotton tubes, 21ml tubes of paint. It's student quality, made by Winsor & Newton, called Cotman. It's good enough for what we're using it for. And the 2-inch Ron Ranson Hake, which makes all this sort of type of painting possible. It's a great brush. You get a good one, but they don't last forever. They just tighten up a bit. They hold a lot of water, which is, when you first start to use them, you're not used to using them. They can be very frustrating. They need to be tamed. You need a cloth just to take off the excess if you want. Well, you've got to have a cloth, a linen cloth preferably. Then while that's wet, I'll put in a bit of the sienna. You see, I've got the paint. I don't have to scrub away at it. I've just got. I don't know what that is. So what you put in the sky, just quickly put in the where the water's going. And just dip the brush in, so that goes into the ultramarine now, and the light red. Now that's a very strong colour, light red. A little goes a long way. So let's just start putting that in there. So I'm going that side. One thing to do this central area of light. Now, get a really good dark colour. I'll mix a bit of yellow, the yellow in with that. So we'll get some sort of grey, but nice and. I'm losing hairs out of this one. Right, just get a bit of darker paint over that where the mountains are going to go. Now the paper grows, so we reclip it. You don't need to stretch paper before you use it. Not the way we're doing this. Just keep it flat by stretching it out. Well, perfectly flat. Put it down there. Okay. That's still not dark enough, that sky at the top there. There's plenty of blue in that. Stephen Cronin paints his skies quite a lot like this. And it's just this lovely area of light you've got going through the picture. Okay, so do it too symmetrical. There's some bits of cloud going across. Right, okay, that'll do it. So, well, some nice mountains in there. Same colours. So let's come down here and then do a nice scarp. and then we'll go in a bit of blue for a bit more background. Distant hills. Right, let's bring the darker. Quite a low horizon this is working out to be. Now, and a bit of sienna in there, just change the colour a bit, warmer. Maybe we'll get this one coming across here. Must remember not to dip my brush into another colour, and we'll right, okay. Dark, or darker. Now I've got too much water on my brush now, so I need to take some off. Now I want to put in a really dark tree line on there, so I'm mixing 3 primaries, all nice and neat, straight from the tube. And because it's thick paint, it will more or less stay where I put it. I know this is variations on a well-worn theme now, but I really want to reinforce this idea that you don't need loads of colours to make a painting. That in there. This is, I'll try to show the different planes here. Go across there. Right, let's just drag that reflection down a bit. Try and keep a margin between the reflection and the bank. Right, let's put in some darker reflection there. Oops. I know more often than not when you look at a lake you don't see a reflection, it's too wind ruffled, but I really like reflections. Dry brush there. Right, I'll just reclip. And I'll go in with some dark paint here on the left hand side on this bank. I want that quite dark. Just dry brushing gently as I can. Right, more dark. Just needs paints going on now. Right, with a card, I'll just rake out some, or lift out some some nice rocks. Now as we go to the into the distance, you don't want too many rocks showing there because they'll be smaller, and we don't want to make this into pretty patterns. And then okay. They won't show really, they'll be behind. Okay, shall we do some more? We'll just put a bit of a beach in here on the right hand side. Let's cutting into that reflection there. Some grasses in. Right, we'll just put in some there. I can put some right, I can put a bit of foliage up there just to fill in that little bit there. That's got a little bit blotchy there. That's come out quite well. That needs to be a bit darker. And there. So this is just a closer bit of the landscape. It's just how it's working out really. Now let's just lift some grass. So you're done with a dry brush. And you do get grasses showing through, don't you? And we can just bring those down there. Right, I can put some separate ones with the rigger there. Right, I quite like this now. I don't really want to put a great big tree sticking up here. Maybe just some foreground. Let's just dry brush something, get some bit of. Alright, let's clean the brush. Let's just put a little bit more rocky stuff in there. Rigger now, clean my brush. I'm only doing one today. I did 4 on Thursday. I've already had about over 300 hits on them, which is good for me. We're pushing closer to the 1,000 a day views. We were 900 a couple of days ago. It's not the highest I've had, but I haven't gone over 1,000 yet. So keep viewing, keep watching, keep clicking. Right, rigger. You know, we've got a bit of colour in this now. Probably could have done a bit more there, but okay. That's so you can see how you can get your darks using those colours, and a bit of yellow in there as well. Look. Just adding a bit of stuff to the foreground here. Call it stuff. Show these just like flicks. I'm holding the rigger at the tip. But don't do too many of them. Oh, that'll do for that. I just want to go a little bit heavier on there. I think that's got in, soaked in a little bit. So get a nice and dry brush. It's not really dry, it just hasn't got a lot of water in it. I'm going to put little yachts in. But you can go on making this sort of stuff up and just doing different versions. I'll put some, just drag on some I didn't really like that, it wasn't strong enough. Right, let's put in some bit of foliage in there. No, it's not. Oops. See, I'm still using the wet paint. I'm not using the dried paint yet. Well, I'm not going to use it at all. Just show some bit of detail in there. And we can put some crags in there. Yeah, a bit of darker on there. These are supposed to be little trees. No, even darker still. I'll move the brush over so that I can hit it with the bit that I want to hit it with. Right, now that is okay, I think. What I want to do now is with the inch wide brush, if I can, bit of tissue paper, just to clean up in there. Then we'll put in the yachts. Move that tray. There. Right, we can lift a bit of that out. Maybe just lift some of this mountain out there, just gently. A bit lost in the murk there, that is. I could put that in just a touch darker there, maybe. It's just gone a bit. Dropped in a bit. Right, I'm not going to do any more to it than that. That I think says enough. As an example, let's put the usual signature in and we'll put it in a blue mount. Let's sign it. A couple of little usual birds. Right. A bit of a tape there to hold it in position. So there we are, another lakeland scene. I do them because they're easy, also do them because I like them. some work better than others, but I think there's enough in there. That's quite reasonable. The rocks and a nice shore leading into the picture. Oh, what I was going to do, which I forgot, is to put in some yachts. And yachts are going good against the dark background that I put in. So one of the reasons why I did it. I'm looking at the little ones here. There, they're lovely. Putting them here on top of that broken water, I don't have to do a reflection of them. Clean it out a little bit more. Right. Okay, that's it. Finished. Done. Yeah, that looks alright. Maybe I'm going to leave that. That will probably annoy me as I look at it. But hey, let's take you in on the zoom, and I'll move my camera around. And right, let's go down the picture there. There's that side, the little yachts. Oops. So that's a bit obvious there, isn't it, where I've lifted out. Maybe if I just put a bit of colour back on top of it. Right, that's it. Can fiddle around for hours, as you know. Right, let's go down into the foreground. Like the rocks are so simple, but to do them, you've got to put dark paint in, so that when you scrape and remove or push the wet colour down to the shadow area of the rocks, it actually shows light. It's the contrast between the light and the dark. If I use faint paint, it wouldn't work, would it? So have a go at these. They are great fun to do. Right. There, so we'll call that Yachts on a Lake. Yachts on a Lake? Well, 3 yachts. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.